Hello, my name is Koichi Takahashi. Maybe I need to turn this off. Okay, can you see my screen? So today I would like to discuss the AI safety research ecosystem in Japan. And would also like to introduce our newly formed non-profit organization called AI Alignment Network. First about myself. Okay, I'm basically a computational systems biologist, but in the process of trying to come up with a model of very complex biological systems, about 10 years ago, we started using AI and robots to study such biological systems. And recently, we succeeded in developing an autonomous AI robot system that discovers some form of scientific knowledge by itself, especially in this case, the induction condition of iPS cells, kind of universal cell in your body, to retinal cell. It's a kind of scientific knowledge. And in that process of developing this autonomous AI robot system, we noticed there are some possibilities and also kind of risks of developing and using that systems, implementing such systems in the society. So now we are also interested in AI alignment as a research field. About 6 years ago, I wrote this article titled Scenarios and Branch Points to Future Machine Intelligence, where I considered some possible consequences of intelligence explosions and also the necessary conditions for each of such scenarios to come up. And I classified some consequences of the intelligence explosion into 4 possible scenarios: singleton scenario, multipolar scenario, and an ecosystem scenario, and an upper bound scenario where intelligence explosion would not occur. If you're interested, there's a link to the archive article. So let's start the main body of the talk. I'd like to talk about mainly 3 things here. First, state of the AI safety ecosystem in Japan. And I will then like to introduce our AI alignment network, or ALIGN. Then our ideas on broadening the scope of AI alignment with safety research for the long-term risks. So Japan has seen some active discussion before the generative AI, after the advent of deep learning in the 2010s. So we have been discussing about this for some time. In 2015, we established what's called AI Society meetings, where we as scientists, form a forum for dialogue between the researchers and practitioners. In 2017, our government issued a draft AI research and development guidelines for international discussion, in which we also contributed. And after the advent of generative AI or large language models, last year there was this Hiroshima AI process, and this year our government established the world's third AI Safety Institute. But the main focus has been mainly on the immediate risks in Japan. Privacy, bias, fake news, hallucination, environmental costs, those topics are very important indeed. However, there's some other types of risks, long-term risks from future AI, as the Professor Benchio just discussed in the previous talk. Bio or cyber attacks using AI, autonomous weapons, on uncontrollability of highly capable AI. In the US, UK, Canada, there's an ecosystem of a kind of a discussion about this important topic. There's of course the industry, But there's also non-profit organizations and academia. Those people are collaborating each other from different types of standpoints. So notably, many of them, as I said, independent and non-profit organizations like Future of Life Institute in Boston or Center for AI Safety in Stanford. But in Japan, we have seen relatively little attention towards this kind of long-term risks in Japan. And there's only a minor presence of Japanese researchers in alignment up to now. So we see this as a missed opportunity because Japan, as the only G7 country in Asia, must play a prominent role in international AI governance, and Japan has a large researcher population. And most importantly, personally, I think the geophysical and cultural diversity in global AI governance is very important. So that's why we established a new organization called Align. It's a non-profit organization in Japan that aims to create an ecosystem of researchers and practitioners who will pave the way to a hopeful future where AI is harmoniously implemented in society. So we started this in last September. Our main activities include those three things: research, community building, and outreach. And here's our current members. We are starting up, so we are recruiting more members. I myself is the chair, and Ryota Kanai, expert in AI and neuroscience, co-founder, Hiroshi Yamakawa, expert in AGI and brain-inspired computing, director, and Ippei Fujisawa, Yusuke Hayashi, very able engineers and scientists. Those are our directors. And Ryuichi Maruyama is our tentative COO. And we have some graduate students contributing us and recruiting research fellows and staffs. Actually, we have a very active Slack community of over 100 members, and every day we are seeing a very active discussion. So we just established the organization, but we have so far made some progress. First, we organized some webinars series, and the first speaker was Dan Hendricks from the KAIS Center for AI Safety. And also we conducted what we call Super Intelligence Future Scenario Contest in collaboration with Japanese Society of Artificial Intelligence, which was very interesting and fun. And also we establishing the probably the first study groups on this topic of AI alignment in Japan, and where we are discussing mechanistic, interpretive, and guaranteed safe AI, for example. Our near-term objective for the coming 18 months is to make AI alignment a safety a normal part of public discussion and research and policy consideration in Japan. So we aspire to be the hub of researchers and stakeholders in Japan and abroad. And that's about what we think about the scope of AI alignment of safety research. So AI alignment is actually a quite difficult word to define, but some people define this in this way: the process of ensuring that an AI system's goals and behaviors are in line with its developers' values and intentions. Yeah, it's a kind of AI alignment in a narrow sense. Some other people define like this: the project of building intelligent autonomous systems that robustly act in our collective interests. It's a bit broader. So AI alignment and safety in the narrow sense, it's basically about aligning today's AI with developers' users' collective interests or values while preventing harms and misuse. But AI is a rapidly moving target. So AI is evolving, new technologies coming up every week, and AI does not function in isolation, but in a form that is deployed in society. So we would like to broaden the scope in two ways, basically. The first, we'd like to broaden the scope from narrow AI alignment and safety to the AI alignment and safety in a broader sense, where we consider not only the single technology or single AI agent implementation, but as a network formed between the human users and AI, and maybe environment, including natural environment. So we consider this kind of AI, human AI hybrid system as a complex system. So this is a hard topic to study, but this is, we need to work on it, and it's necessary. The second way, how we would like to broaden the scope is about a timeline from existing AI to future AI. People are discussing about the emergence of AGI technology, about completely new technology and near future. AGI would need completely different ways to make it controllable and guarantee safety of such technologies. So in future, the more capable and autonomous AI alignment will be requires some different approaches. So in combination, eventually we would need to work on the future AI and the broader AI alignment, where this kind of network would include AGI agents. So what we think would be very important for us to work on would be basically here B and C, the current AI and AI alignment in a broader sense, and also future AI. Here, there's collective intelligence and AI governance, which is the main topic of this forum. And this will include this will require some knowledge from the social sciences, expertise. And in here, C, the future AI, we would need to think about new types of agent foundations and a scalable oversight. And here we think that some kind of AI-life research would be helpful. And some of our people are working on artificial consciousness, which will be an important part of the future AI research. And in between A and B, there's mechanistic interpretability and new type of statistics useful for machine learning research called singular learning theory, and we're also working on it. And of course, red teaming, reinforcement learning with human feedback, evals, those things are within the scope of our research. And eventually, we would need to think about the multi-agent systems composed of AI, AGI, and humanity. And we think this is going to be about the future design. So that's our vision. And we have already started some research projects, including these two. The first, we are starting to study the stability analysis multi-agent systems with human AI and ASI. So we modeled this system using a theoretical framework called singular collective predictive coding. And we use some mathematics to model this using deep neural networks. This works as a kind of a surrogate approximate model of this the interaction network of AI and a human. And we are trying to figure out what kind of condition would be necessary to stabilize the interaction between AI and humanity. The second topic we're working on currently is more standard AI alignment research, mechanistic interpretability of transformers using singular learning theory. Singular learning theory is, as I said, as I explained, is a new type of statistics useful for the study of the machine learning systems. It is known that the multi-layer deep neural networks have some singular points where we see the solution, the consequence of the optimization would reach at some plateaus that described as a singular points. And those points are important in thinking about the interpretability of the results of inference of such networks. Okay. So including this, we already published or preparing manuscripts on this topic. The mechanistic interpretability will be placed in between A and C, and this stability analysis of multi-agent systems may be in between B and D, and scenarios branch points to future machine intelligence and intelligence explosion scenarios may be here, and we are also working on artificial consciousness and post-singularity model of the future society. For the more long-term considerations. Lastly, I'd like to introduce some upcoming activities of our organization for the community building activities. In the end of July, we are hosting a session in ICRES, the International Conference Series on Robot Ethics and Standards. And if you are planning to attend this conference, please consider also joining our session. And also next month, we are launching an introductory course on AI alignment for maybe the first in Japanese. And if you're interested, please look at our webpage. And also the outreach activities, July 24th, we are collaborating with the initiative called Funding the Commons Tokyo. And we are helping them organizing this event. And also in September 9th, we are planning to hold our inaugural event, inviting stakeholders of academia, industry, and the government in Japan. So if you're interested, here's our web page, and there's also our SNS where you can find a way to join our Slack community. And basically, we are an open organization. Anyone is welcome from the scientists, science community, the practitioners. So if you're interested, please join us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Takahashi-san. So we have about 10 minutes for any questions or comments. If anybody wants to start. Ueda-san, is there anything from Slack?
Not yet.
Okay. Oh, Vanessa.
Okay. I didn't want to, because I already spoke, but if nobody's coming, I have a question actually. Thank you very much. I think this kind of initiative is really important. And I have a question, so I don't remember which slide it was because I didn't write the number of the slide, but you had a very nice slide about, what the aim is today and tomorrow. And you said that today and actually tomorrow too, the aim is to realize a harmonious society as a complex human artificial intelligence hybrid system. And I think that's, that's really interesting. And that's I come from Europe, and from a European point of view, that's not obvious. So I wanted, to ask you what you mean by this harmonious society. As a complex human AI AGI or .AGI hybrid system, because I think that's really interesting, and that's probably at the core of your talk. So I would like to hear you more on that, please.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, thank you for the question. That kind of question is exactly why we started this in Japan is important. So it may be a different kind of way of thinking than the Western world. So we are used to the way of thinking, inspired by the Eastern philosophy. Controlling the entities that is much smarter than us is a very hard problem, probably the hardest problem that humanity have ever faced. And this might be impossible, okay? Might be impossible. So if that is the case, we need to change the framework that we, kind of, formalize this problem. So AI versus humanity. So if this scenario is impossible, then maybe this is not only the only possible scenario, but another possible scenario is to make a network, robust network between the interaction between ASI, AI, and humanity, and maybe the natural environment. And that's our idea. So a vague idea, but I think this might become important in the process of taming the AGI technology, ASI technology that is coming up in the near future. Can this be an answer? Okay.
David.
Hi, you mentioned collective predictive coding, and I wonder if in the context of seeking a theory of what harmonious society looks like between multiple agents, are you sort of considering collective predictive coding as an alternative to utilitarianism?
No. This is our first step. So we are starting with the easiest possible problem to handle. Collective predictive coding, we consider this as a form of theory that handles science, for example, epistemic activities of human society. CPC systems tries to maximize the knowledge about the environment collectively via the interaction between multiple agents. And in the process of that, the collective systems composed of multiple agents increase the ability to predict and control the environment. Okay, but we do understand this is not all everything about human society. In human society, people kind of pursue their own interests with different perspectives from different standpoints, different stakeholders. So we would need a bit more, complicated model to work on, and we are actually starting to work on that. So especially we are trying to model the system, expand this framework so that each agent's kind of work modeled as a rational agent, trying to maximize their interest. But in the process of doing that, each agent needs to function the functions of other agents, for example, or acquire or request resources to do that. So if this kind of framing would be possible, we think this would work better as the model of the human AI interaction.
I'll just say I do think it's promising because empowerment to pursue a plan and arrange one's own life also reduces prediction error. So
empowerment is a very important keyword. Empowerment is kind of modeled as a Shannon information transmission, measure between the cyberspace and the real space. This may be a way to control the power seeking of the AGI agents.
Is there anybody else? Murakami-san.
Thank you for the presentation. So my question is slightly different from the questions you heard, but I came from the research area of the natural language processing, so I know a little bit about the language processing area, but the AI is a broad the area of the research. So I would like to ask about how to organize your organization to each member have each different the interesting about the AI alignment. So
yeah, our idea is okay. Our concern for the current status is that people think about, some people consider the long-term risks, especially existential risks from AGI is serious. But the majority of the machine learning researchers or AI researchers do not agree with, there is not the complete alignment between these different communities. So what we think we need to do is to formalize, to give a mathematical foundation to this problem. That is solvable by machine learning researchers or mathematicians, maybe physicists, different expertise, or maybe the social scientists. With that, we could work towards the kind of integrated single goal, and we can work together for the same goal. That's why that's how we think we would organize this organization.
Okay, I understand. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else?
Okay, so there's one question on Slack. So thank you for your insightful talk. I come from EU and UK perspective on AI law and relationship. And then in the EU AI Act, one of the risk management framework is a human oversight. You have started to speak about the scalability of oversight. What is your opinion? What are the limits of effective human oversight?
Limits of effective human oversight. I don't have an answer to that question, actually. But yeah, scalable oversight, I put that terminology in this slide because this is a hard problem. We don't think this is going to, this is one possibility to go, the important area to work on. But this is, we should have some evident risk, evident upper bound, limits. So basically, I would approximate the limit to be around the point where the ability in the general ability of AI would be about the same as the human scientist. Yeah, we call this one H, one human. So if the AI ability would exceed this point for like 10 human, 100 human, or 1,000 H, then this kind of thing would, there is a possibility that this kind of thing would not effectively work. So the limit will be around that.
So there's another question on Slack. So is there any problem or challenge which is unique to Japan compared to other countries?
In Japan, one of the challenges we need to work on is to foster industry to directly working on Asia. And also, as I said, it is also important to foster this kind of community, including scientists and practitioners. And on the other hand, there's lots of possibilities in doing this in Japan, in collaboration with international countries, because as I mentioned, that we have a slightly different cultural background, different ways of thinking. This would be, the important keys to solve this very, very hard and important problem.
Okay, so I hope this event can contribute to that direction.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation and discussion.